Hello and welcome to another Subscriber Saturday. I am Squiggles, and what would a Subscriber Saturday be without a 4v4? That's right, baby. We got a 4v4. I am super excited about it, and let's just go through the players really fast. We have Jeremy, the blue Terran, with his partner Hannah, the red Protoss, the purple Protoss, ASG, and the blue Protoss, Adun. So it's going to be 3 Protosses and a Terran that are going to make up the top team, and the bottom team is going to be made up of Shiono's Hell. I'm just going to call him Hell because that's a lot better. Shion's Hell? Shion's Hell, yeah. But anyway, he's going to be the yellow Protoss. His partner is going to be Rad, and he is going to be the pink Terran player. We also have Death Dealer, the orange Protoss, and the Zerg, the one and only Zerg, holding it down for the Zerg Pop Giant. So it's going to be 2 Protosses, a Terran, and a Zerg versus 3 Protosses and a Terran. And this map is quite large, as you would expect from any kind of 4v4 map. And it looks like already we have Pop Giant going to be throwing down a spawning pool. Now, what is that? Looks like it was probably a 10 pool followed by a 10 gas. That's what it looks like to me. So he's going to be going for some early speedlings most likely and putting on some aggression. It's not like all-in-ish like a 6 pool is, but it's still pretty, like, your economy is going to be behind a little bit. So he needs to get some damage done with that. Meanwhile, it looks like Jeremy is already thinking about completing his wall off. And it looks like Hannah is going to be going ahead and putting down a gateway. And what is this probe doing? Is it going to put down a second gateway? No, it's a second pylon. Oh, false alarm. Let's see, we have ASG going to be chrono boosting out some probes, throwing down a gateway as well, and getting out that Zealot, also taking a gas. Looks like Adun going to be going for a 2-gate opening, and then getting gas. A little bit non-standard for him, but very good for pressure and also for living through any kind of cheeses. We also have Shion's Hell going to be going ahead and getting 2 gates as well before he gets any kind of tech, adding on a assimilator. And Rad, we have getting a very quick second refinery, getting his command center as well. Has 1 barracks, getting some marines, and going to go ahead and get that extra supply depot, so he's going to be walled off. Over here, we have Death Dealer, who has 3 cannons going down already. My goodness. So he really just doesn't want to lose to cheese early. You can see Gateway just now going down. No kind of early expansion or anything going down, although there was some fire out of this. I don't even know what that's connected to. I'm looking around in the map. I don't see anything why there would be just random flames. But it's the StarCraft equivalent of a tiki torch, and somebody keeps throwing lighter fluid on it. So that's pretty cool. Okay, looks like Pop Giant going to be going ahead and getting out some metabolic boost. Yes, and already has quite a few Zerglings. So I'm assuming he's going to be the first one to go ahead and do any kind of aggression. Probably going to wait for the metabolic boost to finish. You can see it's almost done, over 90%. And we're just going to wait on that, and then hopefully he'll move out and do some action. So we can see, oh no, Jeremy with his wall off here, the way he moved his barracks, I don't actually think this is a tight wall anymore. So could be in trouble, especially considering that he is the closest to Pop Giant. So if Pop Giant just kind of loop-de-doops up and around, as long as he doesn't like fall down into this goo. Oh man, that looks so cool. The green goo. But Jeremy could be in trouble. Looks like he has a couple of Marauders out. And is he getting stim early? No. Oh, he's going to cancel that Tech Lab, getting a reactor instead. Okay, and what do we got? We got warp gates being chrono boosted, more cannons going down for everybody. My goodness, everybody's getting cannons. Nobody wants to lose to any kind of early cheesy stuff, which is actually unfortunate for Pop Giant because I think he had a timing where he could have done some good damage. And it looks like Pop Giant may be going for an expansion now. Has a ton of speedlings out. Speed is done, and he's just kind of chilling. And I'm not sure what he's waiting on. Maybe he's going to wait for a timing attack with some of his buddies, but his buddies have a whole bunch of cannons, and cannons are not the best units for attacking with. At least that's what I've heard. So we're going to have to see. It looks like Shion's Hell is going to be getting a lot of Zealots, though. Zealots are good for attacking, and it looks like these Zerglings are going to be finally moving out, taking the watchtower, and seeing that there's absolutely nothing here. And so what is he going to do? He's going to run right past Jeremy. Oh, Jeremy is so lucky because he did not actually have a tight wall there, and it looks like he's going to be running around, and where is he going to be going? I'm not sure. He's actually, I think, just scouting for expansions. But if he decides to run up here, this is the worst possible place he could decide to run up. And it looks like some of his Zerglings are going to run up there, and Zealots are the optimum unit to engage Zerglings with, so not quite as good there. But yeah, it looks like he's just going to be checking out expansions, going to be noting that nobody on the other team has expanded as of yet. And now going to be taking a couple of free shots from a Stalker and a couple of Photon Cannons and running back and taking the Zeldlang Watchtower again. So looks like he's just trying to go for a little bit of map control and just be aware of what his opponents are doing. He is expanding, so that's pretty good. Looks like Adun going to be getting a whole bunch of Zealots as well. Has cannons, of course, and Pylon going down. Nice little choke right here, so he can take this expansion without too much trouble. And actually, he can just move his units from here to like here. This cannon actually covers a lot of this area, and so putting this Pylon down, he should be pretty good, and then just take this expansion. So nice little setup there. Looks like Death Dealer throwing down an expansion as well. We also have Cheyenne's Hell going to be throwing down an expansion. And the top team looks like they're just being a little bit scaredy pants. They don't really want to lose, so they're just playing to not lose, but it's not to win really. Adun looks like, look at so many cannons, my goodness. But he is getting his expansion up, so I guess it's okay. And yeah, I don't see him really losing anytime soon. So people playing a little bit passively in this game, no crazy aggression, but oh my goodness, look at this Death Dealer with 3 Stargates and going to be going for mass Void Rays, it looks like. Oh, that makes me happy. And if he does go for mass Void Rays, I expect at some point to see some air upgrades going down. That would be really, really good. So lots of Void Rays going to be coming out for him. Let's go ahead and just check the units tab and see like what everybody's going. It looks like we have, for Pop Giant, we have some Hydras coming out now, as well as Zerglings. For Rad, we have a whole bunch of SCVs and a few Marines and Marauders. Pretty standard mixed standards in there. Is he going? Is he attacking right now? Yeah, he's getting a command center. 2 starports, both with reactors. So expect to see a ton of medevacs coming out from there, as well as he does have a factory with a tech lab, but not using it yet. So let's see what we got. We have DTs out. Oh, goodness gracious, DTs out for ASG. So that could be pretty good. Let's see if I can find where these guys are. There they are. Oh, 4 DTs, and it looks like, oh my goodness, 4 more. Is that 4? Yeah, so he has 8 Dark Templar right now. That is so many Dark Templar. And who is he going to attack? He is going to attack Cheyenne's Hell, the one person who doesn't have cannons. Oh no, and these these Zealots are not happy at all. It doesn't actually kill any Zealots, but this wall-off not going to help at all. Another gateway going down, but the Pylon is breached, and his base is in all kinds of shambles now. It looks like there's going to be some help coming from Rad, but I don't know if it's going to be in time, as we have 8 Dark Templar. It's so many moving over here. It looks like Cheyenne did have 1 cannon over here. That's going to give him vision, but not enough. And look at this. There's a Robo Bay, but it's, yeah, the Pylon got sniped, so he's not going to be able to make that crucial observer. And it looks now like the DTs are just going to focus down maybe the Nexus. Nope. They're going to be running away because there was a scan. And the scan is done now, and now these Zealots who are all gung-ho about killing off these DTs are not going to be able to do anything. They're going to have to run away again, and it looks like now they're going to be focusing down this Nexus. Yep, they are, and Nexus is going to be going down. Speed just finished for Zealots, so they have charge now. And oh, he's getting too close to the cannons. And it looks like they do all get cleaned up, but the damage was done. He lost his main base. He did have an expansion up, though, so that's good. And it looks like there's the worker transfer. The Observer coming out a little bit late for Pop Giant, but it did get there eventually. So I guess that's okay. And, yep, looks like Observer going to be popping out as well. So DTs, quite a bit of damage done. We have 4 more DTs going to be running their way down. And, oh, looks like that Zealot does find the Pylon and is going to be taking it down, but DT is going to take him down much quicker than he can take down that Pylon. And now DTs, what are they going to do? Oh, no, it looks like there is an Observer out now for Cheyenne's Hell, and he does have speed finished, and by speed I mean Zealot legs for his Zealots. So these DTs going to have to run away. And it looks like his, wait, oh, they're on the same team. Silly me. Oh, little battle going on down here between Marines and Marauders and a whole bunch of Zerglings, but it looks like the Marine Marauders are going to go ahead and take out those Zerglings. So, meanwhile, we have 10 Void Rays. Wow, that is so many Void Rays for Death Dealer. And he's going to be moving over here with his Death Army of Death. Meanwhile, we have, it looks like, a Dune versus Shyontel. Going to be doing a whole bunch of force fielding action, and it's going to be lots of Zealots versus lots of Sentries. But Sentries not very good once they lose all of their protective units, and oh, he's going to be so nice and let him keep his army. But it was because Hannah's coming down with what looks like a ton of units. My goodness, that's a lot of units. Meanwhile, we have Death Dealer. Nope, he's just going to be chilling right now, so we can go back and watch all of Shyontel units going ahead and getting picked off by the units of Hannah, who has 4 Guardian Shields going down because really doesn't want to take any damage there. And it looks like Rad going to be coming out with some Medivacs, Submarines, some Marauders. Already has 2 attack done as well as one armor. And it looks like going to be opening up some additional attack paths is Jeremy. Going to be hooking up with Hannah as well. And when you're playing team games, always good to hook up with your allies so you can do multiple attacks with like huge armies, as opposed to like one army trying to attack and then, you know, getting caught with like 3 armies defending. So that's just a terrible way to go. So many. Oh my goodness, he's up to 13 now, Void Rays, and whenever he decides to actually use these, it looks like he does have +1 attack done as well. So when he decides to use that, that's going to be absolutely crazy. Lots of Hydras coming out now for Pop Giant. It looks like he's up to 24 Hydras, and actually if these Hydras and Void Rays attack together, that would be super scary. It looks like ASG going to be running in here with some Dark Templars, going to try to cause some damage, but oh no, there are tons of Overseers and tons of Hydras, and these DTs going to do absolutely nothing. Oh man, looks like one DT is going to at least be able to scout, but not a lot of damage going to be able to be done. Looks like he may be able to kill off a few workers, but nope, there comes the Void Ray. So he was able to scout this huge Void Ray cloud, and that's going to be like, okay, Death Dealer, you got to move out now because, I mean, they know the Void Rays are there. Going to be scouting up here at this island, and it's not really an island. There's a little land bridge there. But going to be noticing nothing's there. Does spot a huge mech that's trying to clean up all of this goo. You can see he's very slowly moving his big arms around, trying to pick up all of this stuff. There is so much lava tapping, it's all melted. I don't know if you're ever going to be able to get that up. But he is trying. Meanwhile, Death Dealer, tons of Void Rays. He does have 1 attack as well as 1 armor done for air. And he is moving in here and very, very quickly taking down that main command center. Now Jeremy going to be coming up here with a lot of Marines and Marauders. Now unfortunately the Marauders don't really do anything. And Death Dealer just going to be kind of using the terrain to his advantage. But no, Hannah comes in to go ahead and sandwich these Void Rays, and the Void Rays are going to have to be more careful. Marines doing a lot of damage. It looks like the Void Rays is going to be picking off all these Marines, and now Hannah is out of position. So Hannah's going to have to go ahead and run all the way around, and it looks like these Void Rays still doing a lot of damage. You're going to be focusing on this refinery because you just don't turn gas, is the moral of this story. And doing quite a bit of damage to the main now, my goodness. And it looks like there's tons of units. There's some units boiling around here, and it looks like Shyontel and Pop Fury going to be putting on some pressure on Jeremy as Jeremy runs up to try to reinforce his own units, but some units getting picked off there by Pop Giant. And now, oh, here we go. We have Hannah against Pop Giant. It looks like Hannah just has a superior force going on now, so he's going to be able to clean that up, no problem. Meanwhile, Death Dealer cleaning up the reinforcements from Jeremy and absolutely destroying Jeremy's base. And I'm looking around the map, and I guess Jeremy does have an expansion going down at the gold right now, but that is really all he has. His main base is in total shambles. He is losing all of his tech at all, and Jeremy has left the game. He has left the building, so the first fatality of the match. It is now 3-on-4 with the lower team up by 1. And how is the upper team going to go ahead and respond to this? It looks like Hannah going to be trying to go ahead and kill off a lot of these Void Rays, but I mean getting stuck on like tech labs and all kinds of silly stuff. So Void Rays is going to be attempting to run away, and it looks like they will in fact make it. Meanwhile, it looks like there's a couple of Medivacs just chilling over here with no real units here, and here's a nice combined attack force from Adun and ASG, and they're going to be absolutely wrecking havoc on all of these units. It looks like Rad is actually dropping units on the high ground to try to help, but there is an observer out for Adun, so he's going to be able to clean this up no problem. And now Hannah coming over, so we have a great huge force of 3 Protosses, all with a ton of gateway units, and this is just a lot of stuff. And now here comes the big push. If Hannah wants to get involved, I suppose he/she could at some point. Oh, the Artosis pylon. There is one pylon powering every single one of these gateways, but it doesn't look like it matters because they're content to just shoot down all the gateways anyway. So looks like that is going to be going on. And it looks like a whole bunch of Hydras from Pop Giant going to be coming down here and trying to delay And actually, none of these units are even attacking Hydras. Now they are just starting to. So Hydra is able to do quite a bit more damage than they probably should have. There is a Raven going down now, as well as a ton of Void Rays. Looks like the Raven is focused down almost instantly, not able to get out any kind of point defense drones. And now just the overwhelming flood of Stalkers, Zealots, and Sentries going to be absolutely destroying these Void Rays, even though he's trying to use the high ground to his advantage, and it's doing a fairly good job. His teammates have lost so much stuff at this point, and there's just, oh man, so many Void Rays going down as well. And that is a ton of Guardian Shields, just saying. Oh my goodness, look at the macro of Rad, just absolutely making a ton of Marines. Although the rally point was set in such a way he lost about half of them before they were able to do any damage. And it looks like he is going to be like, well, I'm able to macro enough, and they're going to be like, okay, we respect the macro. We're going to move over here into Xion Hell's base, and Xion has absolutely nothing to answer this with. Fortunately, he does have an expansion here, but I think it's going to be scouted quite quickly. Never took his main back. And so, let's see, if Jeremy has not built their base, yeah, but he's already gone. Meanwhile, Xion getting absolutely wrecked, but it looks like Death Dealer and Pop Giant going to be going ahead and countering into the bases of their opponents, because they're like, well, we can't actually stop this huge ball, so we're going to go ahead and just try to make them pull back maybe. Meanwhile, Rad with 3-3 Marines with stim, combat shields, and all that good stuff is going to be trying to go ahead and stop this insane aggression. And actually, because these units are limbo lining for a little bit, the Marines are able to do quite a bit of damage. Stimming now going to be moving in, and I think this is going to be like the Alamo, where they all are going to be taken out, but they are doing tons of damage. And there is, let's see, some +2 attack, +1 armor, and +1 shield for, it looks like, Hannah's army, and that's all that's left at this point. And there's a couple of the Stalkers from the Dune, as well as a couple from ASG, but it looks like Xion is going to absolutely get destroyed. He has nothing else anywhere else on the map, so oh my goodness, look at this. Death Dealer going to be doing a ton of damage up here as well, killing off Hannah's main again and focusing down a ton of buildings as well as a ton of pylons, and that's actually going to hurt quite a bit. So Hannah in a lot of hurt right now, even though his army is totally out of position on the other side of the map. It could be her as well, I don't know. But, I mean, Hannah's forces have done a ton of damage, and now it looks like they're going to be falling back, running the entire way across the map, and seeing if they can, at some point, try to take on these fully charged Void Rays who are absolutely decimating the base. Here comes a lot of Stalkers from ASG, and look at how fast these Void Rays are taking down these Stalkers. The Stalkers doing good damage to the Void Rays as well. We can see the Void Ray numbers are dwindling, but the Stalker numbers are dwindling even faster. They just took out so many Stalkers, but Hannah's forces have come as well, and now looks like these Void Rays are going to be trying to run away, but they run away right over the forces of Hannah, and oh my goodness, losing so many Void Rays. Another Void Ray going down. It looks like a missed rally point here is going to go ahead and kill these Void Rays off as well. As it looks like a Dune does have Blink. You see it utilized there as it is able to take down an additional Void Ray. And so now a Dune and Hannah back on the hunt again. Hannah able to keep up one of the Nexus. So not out of this game yet, although production facilities have been significantly destroyed, as in like a warp gate. So gonna have to rebuild that. Tons of Hydras right here, but he's gonna need some support for his Hydras as this huge army comes in. And what kind of support is he gonna get? I don't see support coming from anywhere on the map. Oh no, and look at this great little concave they have. Nice use of Blink. And these Hydras doing everything they can to hold this off. There's just so many Stalkers, even Guardian Shields going down. Looks like there is a Mothership out at this point, and a whole bunch of Void Rays as well. And is there any kind of detection? There is one observer with almost no health. The Mothership going down in a hail of Stalker fire. So many needles being shot everywhere. And now it looks like Pop Giant is under attack, as he is going to lose his expansion. So he is only going to have his main, which has not much. And also it has a ton of units of a Dune in it, absolutely wrecking havoc. So Pop Giant in a bunch of trouble right now. More Void Rays coming out for Death Dealer, and he's going to be doing everything he can to try to stem the slaughter. But it looks like he will not be able to save the base of Pop Giant. And that's going to be a severe blow to his economy. And look at just so many things going on. Pop Giant typing in the well GG, and it looks like he might is Dune typing in GG as well. And it looks like I don't know why people are GGing, because this game there's still a lot going on. Let's go ahead and see what happens next. I mean, Death Dealer still has a lot of Void Rays and producing them out of 4 Stargates. So I don't know. Meanwhile, that is so many Marines. Oh my goodness, I would hate to see a storm going on right now, just saying. And a lot of medevacs as well. So it looks like Rad going to be going ahead, or Rad rather, going to be going ahead and pushing out. We haven't seen him for a while, but he now has a ton of units, and it doesn't look like Adun and all of them are going to be even ready for it. Pop Giant has not rebuilt their base and is being discovered, and I don't think he actually has enough. He has a couple of drones, not enough to actually build anything, so unless he gets some help, it's not going to matter. Looks like Rad was able to kill off that gold. He's now going to come up here. Great force field's going down, and so he is going to have to back out at least temporarily. Looks like some of his medevacs taking some shots for free. He's going to be killing off the pylon, photon cannons just because. And here comes Adun running back as fast as he can because he needs to defend against this insane amount of Marines. My goodness, and not even stemming the Marines, just running in being like, I have a ton of stuff, what are you going to do? And it looks like the Marines are going to be trying to work their way up into the main. There is the defensive blink back by Adun to try to be able to cut off these Marines, but just so many Marines, and it's still not stemming, but it's okay. Pop Giant leaving the game, so it is now 3 on, well actually, let's see, Pop Giant left. It's actually 2 on 3 at this point. So we're going to have to see what happens now because Shion's Hell has had his entire base killed. So I think he may still actually be in the game, but he can only contribute his micro to the game now. If they share unit control, he cannot actually build any units anymore. So meanwhile, it looks like Rad and Death Dealer are going to be moving up and going with him. Hannah now GGing out, actually just rage quitting out. So it is now 2 on 2, and Adun is under a lot of trouble right now. So it's going to be up to his buddy ASG with a ton of Dark Templar, really going back into that Dark Templar switch that he did early, which could work because I don't see any kind of detection for this force up here. But it's 2v2. It was 4v4, now 2v2, and look at these Marines just causing so much damage into the main of Adun. You can see that Rad is actually about supply capped at 187 right now. Death Dealer is at 90 supply, and Adun down at 35 supply. He is in dire straits right now. Oh no. Let's take a look at ASG. He's at 121. So ASG looks like he's expanding again over here. So ASG is going to be the hope as Adun just tries to stay alive. Looks like he is going to try to take a gold base and just hide all of his probes and try to recover that way. And it could work if he's able to have a few minutes to rebuild. But for now, it's going to be up to ASG to do all the damage he possibly can. Here come the DTs, and I'm looking at the DT health scan going off, and DT is being just slaughtered absolutely everywhere. Oh, wow, that stem totally demolishing those DTs. And now it looks like ASG is going to be getting flanked with Void Rays and Marines, and I don't know if there's anything he can do at this point. More Void Rays streaming in. My goodness, 4 at a time. That's so scary. As well as a ton of Marines continue to just be pumped out. You can see that Rad is pretty much immune to any kind of counter just because he has all of his Marines there. Only a few Marines left over here. He does have some medevacs as well. Has expanded over here. So many supply depots. It's like a little metropolitan area over there. ASG GGing out as Void Rays run into his main, and so now it is going to be just up to Adun. Oh my goodness, I don't know if there's really anything Adun can do at this point, although he does have control of all of his allies buildings, so he is able to macro if he wanted to from like all of Hannah's stuff. But Death Dealer says people quit too early. I do agree, and Adun very well mannered says good job Death Dealer. The mass Void Ray, mass Marines looks like they're going to win the day. Adun has left the game, and that is going to be it as Shion's Hell leaves the game as well. Rad's going to say GG, and so the bottom team is going to take it in epic fashion. My goodness, what a crazy game. Thank you to Rad for going ahead and I don't actually know how to pronounce your name, so I'm terribly sorry. Radiata? Radiata? I don't know. So Rad. Tell me in the comments how you pronounce your name. I apologize. But Rad was the one who submitted this replay. Congratulations to you. Very, very epic 4v4. Thank you for submitting it. Thank you guys for watching. I might actually do another one because I'm feeling a little bit feisty this Saturday. Anyway, I will see you guys later. You guys all rock.